Go 2040 is presented as Guinea's most ambitious program, exclusively focused on the sustainable and responsible socio-economic development of the Republic of Guinea over the next 15 years, with political and economic support from global powers. As stated by Mr. Djiba Diakité, Minister Chief of Staff of the Presidency in charge of monitoring the Simandou project and developing the Simandou 2040 program, in line with the vision of the Head of State, General Mamadi Doumbouya, the Simandou megaproject must be for Guinea what oil has been and still is for the oil-producing Arab countries, i.e., a catalyst and accelerator of Guinea's structural economic transformation. These words summarize General Mamadi Doumbouya's ambition to lead Guinea towards emergence through a deep transformation of the country into a land of wealth and innovation, driven by the Simandou 2040 program, placed at the heart of national renewal under the leadership of His Excellency General Mamadi Doumbouya. This ambitious program represents a decisive turning point for the country. It is a comprehensive roadmap that puts the sovereign people of Guinea at the center of governance priorities. Simandou 2040 is much more than an economic program. It reflects a collective will that inspires new hope for Guinea, a future built on inclusive prosperity. It aims to restore the country's right.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Just before start, to acknowledge my respects to the people of this traditional land, the present, the future, for what they have done for this world. And then good morning, everybody, and good to be back in Perth. I was saying yesterday during my meeting with other people that the Guinea is probably the most Australian countries in Africa who doesn't speak English, because we are very similar. When you look into the map of Guinea, I think they're going to put that one just now. It's really similar. And then by looking at, there you go. So I think, yeah, you got it. So very, very similar, but especially the western part of Australia, because the mining in this part of the world and they are developing agriculture. That's the same thing Guinea is trying to do right now under the leadership of His Excellency General Mamadi Doumbouya. Madam High Commissioner, dear friend, colleagues from delegation from Guinea, the private sector, also companies from Guinea, friends, Australia, is a profound honor to address to this distinguished gathering here in Perth, the beating heart of Australian mining industry, and today the gateway of Africa. On the behalf of the government of Guinea, but also on the behalf of His Excellency the General Mamadi Doumbouya, we are bringing the greetings and also the compliment of the people of Guinea to the people of Australia, but also the people of Western Australia. We extend warm greetings and deep appreciation to the government of Australia, the organizer of Africa Down Under, and also all the participants committed to shaping the future of mining in our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, this year's conference coincides with the decisive moment in Guinea. I always stop here for one part, Guinea. You know, when we talk about Guinea, there are many Guinea around the world. We have Guinea-Bissau, we have Equatorial Guinea. We have not far from here, Papua New Guinea in the Pacific. You know, Guinea, we are the real Guinea because there's no Adi on Guinea. So, you're the only Guinea. But at the same time, as I said, this is extremely important for us because the Simandou iron ore project. We won't be presenting the opportunity of mining in this conference. Wherever I pass, when I say I'm from Guinea, Simandou come to the play. Everybody's congratulating Guinea to the project in Simandou. Yesterday, I had a great discussion of the Minister of Mining, where we talk about what Guinea have done. We had a visit also of Rio Tinto and other mine. People are very much adamant to what Guinea have achieved. Also, this was achieved from the Guinea public servant, the committed, but helped by our partners. Some lawyers, they are sitting here today who have helped Guinea to shape this iron ore project that's been there for over 5 decades. But last 3 years has been a great marathon. And then there will be a sacrifice for all parties, partners, to make sure this project become a reality. And also, friends, You need to understand that Australia and Guinea share more than investment ties. We share a vision that natural resources, when managed with transparency, innovation, and responsibility, can transform economies and uplift generation. Indeed, Australian companies has been a pioneer and trusted partners in Guinea mining industry journey, like Rio Tinto. We have Predis, they are sitting here today. We have Agro Gold, HPX, SMFG, and Lindia. Many companies I don't mention, but make sure you are in the heart of Guinean to what you have done in our country. But also, all played a role unlocking our country's immense potentials. Beyond capital and expertise, Australia has invested in our peoples through scholarships and expertise. Australia has invested also in training in mining governance. These initiatives underscore a partnerships and go beyond extraction, a partnerships that build on knowledge, skills, and share prosperities. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Guinea today is charting a new chapter, a new course. Under leadership of His Excellency General Mamadi Doumbouya, we have embraced a bold vision, Simandou 2040, a long-term development framework that places mining at the heart of industrial transformation, infrastructure expansions, and also agriculture modernization, human capital development, and environmental stewardship. The Simandou 2040 program is not about only iron ore. It's about building railway that connect regions. It's about ports that open market. It's about power plant that electrify communities. It's about schools that shape the leaders of tomorrow, and industries that add value locally. It's about transforming Guinea. It's about transforming Guinea from a supply of raw materials to a hub of innovation and value connections. We know that the transformation cannot be achieved alone. It requires strategic partners, and Australia has shown itself to be such a partner. Looking forward, we are here three clear convening of depending cooperation. The first cooperation that we think we can do for Australia is a sustainable resource development. That's first working with Australian companies and institutions to ensure that mining in Guinea adhere that on highest environmental, social, and governance standards while delivering equitable benefit to our peoples. The second is value addition in local industries. There again, encouraging investment in downstream processing, whether in iron ore and bauxite, whether in uranium and other critical mineral, to create jobs, diversify our economy, and build resilient economies. And the third, human capital and innovation, expanding scholarships, technical trainings, and joint research in mining technology, renewable energy, and digital solutions for governance. Here in Australia, universities and research centers can play a defined role in shaping Guinea's future. Engineers, geologists, and policymakers. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, the message we bring from Guinea, the message we bring from Conakry is simple. Guinea is open, is stable, and ready. We are ready to host responsible investors. We are ready to forge win-win partnerships. We are ready to ensure that every dollar invested contribute not only to shareholders' values, but also to sustainable development, shared prosperity, and long-term stability. As we look forward to the future, let us remember that the world demanded not just minerals, but mineral mine responsibly, not just iron ore, but iron ore that build both industries and inclusive society. Not just profit, but partnerships that endure. Dear friend, when you talk about the Vision 2040 of the program, we could have just called it Guinea 2040. Could have just called it, Nimba. I guess some people in the audience, they are mining on Nimba mine. We could have called Nimba. But today, when you click on any Google, when you talk about Guinea, Simandou, when you put Simandou, Guinea will come up. That's why we said it's extremely important to build a program that will go beyond mine. As the presentation said, Guinea wants to develop other sector beyond mining industry. The iron ore, the Simandou project, which is about $20 billion capex. The construction of 650-kilometer railway from the south to the north, and also the construction of deep port, which will change the country. And this port, as well as this mine, are not only for mining, are multi-utilitarian. Anyone can use it. And we made sure to talk to our partners, Rio Tinto, Bao Steel, Chalco, SWCS, and WAPTEC. We call this program, or this project, United Nations project, because 50 years ago, this program never, or this project never get built. But the president made sure all our partners can come together to sit down to develop a program that everybody can have their fair share. Yes, we have China, yes, we have Australia, but we just call our friend from America that the locomotive for this project is been built by the American WAPTEC, but built in India. Such, as you said, United Nations project, because we are inviting everybody. And yet again, some friend in the audience, we are inviting you. We just came from Japan, Singapore, Malaysia. We are talking to our friends to come and join this project because there are areas where people can come again to contribute on that project. This is the project itself with the mine. But we are building this program, this economic development blueprint under 5 pillars. The first pillar is agro-industry and then commerce. Like Perth, like Western Australia, you use the mine to develop agriculture. Guinea wants to develop agriculture because today we have more than 13 million hectares of arable land. Opportunity for companies around the world to come and invest, not only in agriculture, but also industry, but also the trade. The second pillar of this vision is education and culture. Extremely important for us because 25% of the revenue from Simandou project will be utilized to send young kids all over the world to learn. Yesterday, my colleagues of mine, we had a good meeting yesterday, a couple of universities, Murdoch, Curtin, and other universities will follow to today. Because we want to send young Guineans to Australia to learn and go back. Because why is it important? Because when you're in Perth, when you do your university, there are companies that operate in Guinea, they can be pathway to employment. The third is infrastructure, transportation, and technology. There again, it's extremely important for us to build our railway, our road, our telecommunication system. Again, opportunity beyond mining. The fourth pillar of the program is finance, economy, and insurance. That all will build banking system in our country in the next 15 years. And the last is healthcare and well-being. All these are good. If you are not in good health, we'll never proceed. This is the 5 pillars of the program Simandou 2040. And we just draft this program by the Guinean, for the Guinean, but also helped by our partners like KPMG. And we have today 122 projects and 36 reform. I was listening greatly to this previous panel, reform. When the President Doumbouya came to power, he made a very clear statement. All the agreement Guinea will respect, and we respect them, but we'll look into them to try to renegotiate to the betterment of the people of Guinea. That's what we are doing in Guinea, based on the rule of law, based on fight against corruption and the good governance. Yes, there have been, in the news, some movement in Guinea, but we are doing for the better cause. Guinea tried to, work, sit down for a partner to iron up, partnerships so that project can benefit our partners, but also can benefit the people of Guinea. This program, Simandou 2040, yes, with 122 projects, 36 reform, 5 pillars, but we have enablers. The program or the plan will never get if we don't have the enablers. One of the enablers of this program is the project itself, the project Simandou itself. The second enabler is the creation of the Sovereign Wealth Fund. We want to make sure revenue that will be put in the Sovereign Wealth Fund and capitalize in the market to finance projects. The third is the rating of our economy. Guinea, since our independence, our economy never get rated. And then our friend in the room, when we have good rating, you can go to the market to borrow money in a lower cost. So we are working on it now. In the 1 month or 2 months, you're going to get that result to help you to go to the market to raise capital for that development. So it's extremely important, but all of this is based on what we call human capital. If we don't have human capital, we cannot have all this development. And also the foundation of our program is rule of law, good governance, fight against corruption. This is the summary for you to understand what the dynamic, the new Guinea is about right now. We want to collaborate with everybody. As our president said in the United Nations, We are not against, no pro-everybody. We are just pro-Guinean and pro-African. But we want to collaborate with people. I think the Simandou project is a catalyst, a great example to see that when we sit down together, we can hide up. If different community, different countries, China, Australia, Europe, can come and sit down in Asia to have one of the top projects right now in the world, I know that we can sit down, as the panelist said, it's about dialogue, it's about partnerships. Dear friends, it's extremely important for us because Guinea is moving forward. Guinea want to move forward with you. As I said, we are the most Australian African country in Africa. It's very easy to come to Guinea. We are open for business because there's this opportunity. Let me take one moment to talk about the economic boom in our country today. Guinea, for the second time, we just did our rebasing of our GDP, which was estimated about $20 billion. Now we have about $36 billion. Increase about 51% of our GDP. Our inflation that we used to calculate only in capital Conakry, now we are doing inflation calculation all over the country. Now the inflation has gone down from 7% to 3%. Our debt to GDP is the lowest in the region, which was estimated about 40%, now 39%, thanks to the rebasing. And yet again, we just finished doing our census of our population. The population was estimated almost about 13 million, now is about 17 million. And 75% of that population is less than 24 years old. Great opportunity, young populations. And the diaspora, Guinea diaspora with dynamic, they are coming back again to come to Guinea. But all these one are great because the program can be drafted, document can be, a couple of kilometers, but the most important thing is the delivery. Guinea, we are putting delivery unit under the president's office to make sure whatever we put on the paper can be pretty much planned and delivered. And not only in the president's office, the delivery is putting in every single ministries to make sure whatever we put in the paper, we can deliver for the people of Guinea. We cannot consume that Guinea being called that #1 country in bauxite, in mining, and then also even water. Guinea, for information, the name of Senegal came from Guinea. It came from river. That source came from Guinea. Gambia the name came from river, Gambia River. The source came from Guinea. The same thing also for Nigeria and Niger, the name from Niger River, who came from Guinea. So we are the water tank of West Africa. We are blessed of all the resources, but we need to have human capital. We need to have execution. Dear friends, as I said, together we can demonstrate that the wealth of the earth, when harnessed wisely, can power not only economies, but also hope, dignity, and opportunity for millions. Dear friend, for me to tell you that this wise man who always tell me that one, we are here in Australia in the name of the president, my colleague ministers, be mining or energy or other ministers, the whole government, to say that the new dome is born between Australia and Guinea. It's a new partnership. I was telling to the High Commissioner, I know that I talked to my friend minister in Ghana, I said the High Commissioner of Ghana is supposed to be in Guinea, not in Ghana. But if he has to be, we can be in the two countries. It needs to be based also in Guinea, because today, the biggest investment Australia in West Africa is in Guinea. By looking at Simandou project, $20 billion, I think Guinea deserves, and we are working with High Commissioner to materialize this will of our leaders from Conakry and also from Canberra. We are here for partnerships. This wise man was saying one time, that's when he came to a professor. I like to quote that one. I was doing the same thing in Singapore. I did the same in Malaysia. I said, this wise man, a professor, came to the classroom. He was asking his student, do you know what I'm going to talk about? The student said, no, we don't know what you're going to talk about today. So the professor walked out from the classroom. Since you guys don't know anything, I won't say anything. So he came back again to the same classroom. He was asking them, do you know what I'm going to talk about? The student said, yes. We know what you're going to talk about. The professor said, that's very good. Since you know what I'm going to talk about, I don't need to teach you guys. You walk out back again. So when he came back to the third time, the classroom was smarter this time. They divided into two. One part, another second part. He asked them, do you know what I'm going to talk about? One part of the room said, we know what you're going to talk about. Another part said, we don't know what you're going to talk about. So the professor said, that's very good. So those who know what I'm going to talk about, teach those who don't know what I'm talking about. The moral of the story is this. The moral of the story is this. We came for partnerships. We came for friendship. And Guinea is open friendship, not only for Australia, Western Australia, but Africa. We can do partnerships. It can be B2B, it can be triangular, it can be circular. Projects that work well in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Ghana, we can do the same thing in Guinea. Projects that work well in Guinea, it can be duplicated to our part of the world, not only in southern part of Africa. Investor, innovator, and policymakers, and visionary, let's see Guinea not only as a mining destination, but as a development partners, as land where your expertise, your technology, and your investment can wield both economic returns and profound human impact. Guinea stand ready. Let us seize this moment together. Thank you very much for your attention.